Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. APC may lose power in 2023, says Okorocha. Former governor of Imo State, Senator Okorocha has expressed fear that the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) might lose power in 2023 if nothing is urgently done to reposition its leadership. Okorocha, who spoke in Kano on Saturday against the backdrop of protracted feud between the APC national chairman Adams Oshomole Aliyu and Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, warned against internal crisis within the ranks of the APC leadership. According to him, a political party should be a group of people who share common political interests and beliefs, people who pursue a common goal or common objective for the good of the common man. That would be my understanding of a political party. But any political party that is full of internal crisis is no longer a political party in the real sense of a political party. The idea of crisis and idea of commotion shows that the said party does not have a common ideology. If the ideology is one and you believe in one thing, there should not be reason for disagreements at the level or at that level. You might have a minor disagreement, but when it comes to the issue of do or die, it is no longer a political party. So let us see what we can do in this country to redefine what we mean by internal democracy. This way, people have options. This is why we don't believe in one party system. We must have a different political parties and identify the one that is in line with your vision. The one that is in line with these political beliefs. What has been a challenge in Nigeria is that we don't really have a common vision and common ideology for our political parties. So it is just what we call Agidi and Guru combination. People come from all different beliefs, meet up in one place and form a political party. So until we have such a political party that is more like a family in their belief, then we are still growing our democracy. Talking about what is happening in Edo State, it is unfortunate that a true political party cannot work against itself. So I want to advise that they reconcile and relax their differences. The truth is that a party that is divided among it cannot and can never stand. Okorocha further stated, he said, I have said this earlier, APC is a party that we hurriedly put together when we were governors because we felt that the government at that time was not giving up to expectation and we wanted to make sure that we brought about change at that time. That is why we came together and formed the All Progressives Congress and we ensured that the party got power in 2015. That was how it was then and we achieved that. Right now, I think we should continue with the same pace that we started with within 2015 election, but that doesn't seem to be the case. President Muhammadu Buhari gave character to APC. He brought his integrity to bear on the party. He made the party what it is in the northern part of the country and the masses of the north who saw him as a true leader, and we all rode on that to achieve that victory. But after the credibility of Buhari into this party, there seems to be no alternative in the same manner that will drive this party to 2023 victory. This is why I express my concern that if we are not very careful, APC might go with Buhari in 2023, and that will be a very unfortunate situation for the founding fathers of APC. The party needs to show purposefully leadership, show character. Senator Okorocha, who is the Senate Committee Chairman on Culture and Tourism, also urged the federal government to be more practical on its policy on border closure, pointing out that more needed to be done to monitor smuggling of goods from illegal borders in the bushes around neighboring countries. He stated that the border closure has become a very funny issue, but What I don't know is whether we are achieving results on the intention for border closure, because we have more than 3,000 entering points in this country. If we close the border, we have what have we done with some other business or some other bushes that surround Cotonou, Cameroon, and other places? I think border closure means that we should begin to look inward on better ways to feed ourselves. By creating that kind of atmosphere, people will now begin to understand why we should self-reliance and ensure food security. Anytime you see us eat a bag of rice produced in China, it simply means that you have created jobs for people in China while we are here as a consuming nation. So whether we want to face this now or later, we must pay the price, either by this generation or the generation to come. He added that to say so means that there is nothing wrong to encourage local production. What I consider very afraid is that if you travel from Sokoto to Kano, Lagos, Owerri, Ogun, and Ondo and see any smoke coming out from the roof, that smoke is not a smoke for production, it is a smoke for consumption. It is either the smoke for pepper soup or smoke for fried fish or smoke for jollof rice. This nation for too long has been a consuming nation and not a productive nation. This also has made our own problems more worrisome because we are not economically independent. We depend on other communities or countries for virtually everything that we eat and use, and that is not good for our youth and the generation yet unborn. So border closure, a creation of awareness for us to begin to consume what we produce. So we should take more practical approach in ensuring that we encourage the youth and the people to look inward and produce those things that we import. Wow, politicians will always be politicians. He has said several things, but majorly, just like one of the things he said, majority of them know what is happening in this country. They know that things are not really going the way they ought to go. And he said that this APC that came on board, that they hurriedly, and people have been saying they hurriedly come together just to form the party to be able to unseat the then government, not because they had plan. And that is to tell you that they never had plan. Different parties coming together and they just use Buhari, you know, as a yardstick to be able to get that position. At the end of the day, people begin to find out that the Buhari that they are even talking about, it's not even what people think about. And you can see all the loopholes here and there. Rochas Okorocha has been talking. He has been saying things indirectly. He has been diplomatically telling Nigerians what is happening. Of course, for people who have a discerning spirit or discerning knowledge, they will be able to know where it's going to or it's coming from. They will not come out because they are so loyal to the party. They will not come and tell you, oh, these are the problems we are facing. The same Rochas Okorocha had problem with Ushomole. Of course, everybody knows what went through or transpired between the both of them, that they were moving from pillar to post. Okorocha was crying before he was able to get to that Senate floor. At the end of the day, I don't know whether that issue had been resolved. Now Okorocha is talking about on how to move the country forward. The question is that how did Okorocha himself govern the state, because the state he governed was in a mess as at when he left, and they are just trying to pick up everything. We are hearing a lot of things here and there. They want to lord over everybody, and I'm sure one of the things that Imo people disliked about what Okorocha did, and that's the reason why they don't even talk good about Okorocha, is that he wanted to force his son-in-law on them. Is that how to govern people? Is that how to be a democrat? The same thing is complaining. I know he's talking, and most of the time, because we have so much problems that we deal with. We tend to forget things at times. It's not really our fault, because a lot of problems, compounded problems here and there, you tend to forget what has happened before. Okorocha is speaking. Everybody, if you want to go back, until somebody will now go back to say, oh, have you guys forgotten, the role Okorocha himself played, even being a governor? That is when people now say, oh, it is true, this man did that. Oh, no, this. But now the way he's speaking, if somebody has never heard about Okorocha, you will like, oh, Okorocha, oh, what a man. Oh, this man would have made a good governor. Oh, would have, made a good president. All those kind of a thing. But at the end of the day, we know all of them. That is how they are going to be talking. Because, he's just hiding under the canopy of Senate. But these kind of people, thank God he has already ruled before, he has governed before. Everybody can even play his record. His scorecard is all it's in the public domain. Anybody can, give a what his scorecard is all about. He's talking about a border closure. He's talking indirectly because he doesn't want to come out to criticize the government. But for people who really have a deep, who can think deeply, knows what he's talking about. He's even talking about 3,000 borders, illegal borders, that even the federal government is not even looking at that side. They are just concentrating on the west, the southern parts of the country. The borders are the southern part of the country. That is where they are talking about. The other time, I don't know, one of them was talking about, oh, because of this border closure. Okay, it is the CBN governor that was talking about the border closure that is going to help to curb this insecurity, people coming in from other countries and all of that. Ask me, you talk about all these bandits and all these people committing, all this committing all this kind of crime, all this insecurity crime. Are they coming from Cotonou? They are not coming from Cotonou. They are coming from the north, and the place is wide open. So I don't know the correlation between the border closure in the southern part will curb insecurity thing, according to what the CBN governor Godwin Emefiele said. So just like what Okorocha is saying, they know the problem is himself does not even understand. He said he doesn't even know. He doesn't know what they are even talking about. Whether really of a truth this border closure is going to help curb the whole thing. He said a lot of things. They hurriedly formed this APC, and since then they've not been getting it right because they don't have a combined or a unified ideology, and that's why they are having problem here and there. That's why they are so disjointed. The party is so disjointed, and that's why the president's wife came out and said the people that came together to form this APC, she no longer sees them because some other people have even hijacked the government. The people that formed it, they don't even have say. People like all this Okorocha, Amechi, even Bola Tinubu, that one is just trying to, he's just trying to, make things happen, just trying to put up both faces. All of them know within themselves that that was not the way they started, that was not the destiny. But because they hurriedly just wanted to remove the government of the day at that time, so they didn't even have a really a constructed how will I put it, agreement or manifesto or ideology, as you may want to put it, if you can fill in that place for me, if you know what I'm trying to talk about. And that is why some of them from the north are saying, no, we don't have a recent constitution that the presidency will be rotated. We will just need a competent person. It's been back and forth. And exactly what Rocha Okorocha is exposing them. It's just exposing them. Of course, Nigerians know all of these things, but they themselves, both all of them within the party that form the party, they know what is wrong. They know what the problem they are going through. So, guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this, because that's just my own opinion. To be able to deduce what Okorocha is trying to say, he's exposing the atrocities happening in that party. They know it, but because of a loyalty, because of shame, they can't just come and be criticizing it. But indirectly, in one way or the other, they are exposing themselves, and which everybody knows about. Please, guys, leave your comments below in the comment section. Bye.